everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 661. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
I am Mako-chan.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And for some reason, I open up Opera, and when you open up a new tab, it puts the weather in the corner, and it says New York, -2.
What?
That's what I said.
It do be like that sometime.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the other weather, and it says 28. I'm just like, what the
Oh, this shit again.
Oh,
Lovely.
wait, hold on. It's -2 degrees Celsius.
That makes sense.
Ergo 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, well, you don't realize those letters. You're like, wait, what the hell? You know? Why are you messing with me like that? Christ on a stick, you know? So I assume everybody had a good holiday break.
It was okay, I guess.
I survived.
I-
Winter 2025. Or 2024.
I mean, well, you know, I mean, look. It does make the most amount of sense. So, I think we all more or less survived. So I think you deserve a little bit of this.
Meh, I'll take it.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. I think if I played it any longer, I might get pinged. Oh, man. Well, it has been a while. We've been off for a few weeks because for those of you who are first-time listeners wondering where we've been for like the last 2-3 weeks, well, basically for as long as I have run this show, basically around the holidays, right around Christmas or a week before, we're out. It's sort of like back when you were back in school, like you were gone for the last 2 weeks of school because it was Christmas break. So we kind of do the same thing. So, and sometimes we will come back 2 weeks later. So we may take like 3 to 4 weeks off. It all depends on, you know, how we're planning things. If there's any conventions that we're covering, it all, how things go. So here we are. So, you know, so we're back. We're more or less prepared. The country resembles Shoto Todoroki. You know, we're going to figure this out one way or another. Yeah, exactly. So as I always say, you know, we're live tonight, week of January 14th, 2025, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You will always find us on Twitch TV /Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And they're also on Twitch as well. You can find them at Twitch TV /VogNetwork. And come hang out on our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel. So come through, hang out, and have a good time, you know? So, yeah. So now we got that out the way. We're going to kick it around the room. And everybody, what's been up with everybody's holiday break, you know? Kind of keep it short and simple because I know we've been gone for quite a long time. So, Ari, how was your break?
Well, it was pretty chaotic. I mean, a lot of it was based with work, which, you know, at the very least, the holiday pay was good.
Yeah, I get that.
And on New Year's Eve, going into New Year's Day, around you know, midnight thereabout, I was in charge of switching over the tickets to the you know, to the new pay system that took place, that set in January 1st.
So what you're saying is people be paying more to go through Jersey.
Yep.
It's, you know, like a 3% increase. So like like the truckers and like people going like much further distances will notice it a lot more. But yeah, you know, flipping their shit at a common toll collector for stuff that's way above their pay grade is that ain't it.
Yeah, sometimes that's my answer to some people at work. Like, yeah, this is above my pay grade.
Or just this ain't it to calmly but firmly chide them on their behavior.
It be like that sometimes.
But I did get a couple of things that that I wanted. Some other relatives came in clutch for me.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, the wind is really whipping out there.
Thankfully, I can't hear it.
I can still hear it over the headphones. How I did, however, upgrade a couple things. Like I got a new mixer.
Yep.
And what happened was I bought one, and as I got it, they said, "Oh wait, the developers are dropping support for it. It's all going to be open source from now." And I get the tip to send that back, get a different one. So I did, and I found a UPS store near me, like returned it through Amazon, and I got this new one that I have, and a couple of little treats for myself. And another funny thing happened is when I was looking for the UPS store to drop it off, I came across this nice anime and Asian store called Akihabara Bazaar.
I've heard of that. I think
it's in Laurel Springs.
I think you mentioned it, or I saw a Facebook post about it. Either or. So
yeah, I was wanting to do.
Okay, gotcha.
I found this. I found this flyer in the office where I was working, and I'm like, oh wow, someone else on here, likes the kind of weird shit I'm into too. I'm like, and when I went to drop up the package, Akihabara was literally right next door. I'm like, oh well, isn't this convenient?
The gods shine upon thee.
Anyway, I stop in for a while, take a look around the place. It's nice. The staff is very friendly. They got a couple of dogs behind the counter. Very playful, like barking at me like for like about a minute straight when I came in, but the tails are going like that. And bought a couple packs of magic cards for them, and now that I know where they are and how to get there, I got a good feeling I'm going to be going back there more often.
Frequent customer, huh? Excellent.
And other than that, it's just work stuff and try not to friggin' go crazy.
You hang out with us. Ask yourself that question again.
Also, this is sweet 6-pack Gamer Sups. The flavor is cherry pineapple.
Interesting.
It's very tasty.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how things have been going for me.
Mako, how was your holiday break?
Not horrible.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, so mom and her girlfriend didn't know really what to get me. So she told me, I don't want to buy you just, random crap that you might like it, but so here's money, get what you actually really want.
You see,
my first thought was, I can, work more on my tattoo. But then one of the people I follow on the Book of Face, they were having a sale. So I ended up getting sharp, pointy objects instead of a tattoo.
Well, of course you did. Of course you got sharp, pointy objects.
Yeah, so I follow a guy that does weapon recreations.
Oh God.
And most of what he does is like fan stuff. So he's got a couple of things from Lord of the Rings, a couple of things from Naruto, He's got Maz's knives from Lucifer, but his main collection is Supernatural.
Oh God.
So I got
know it.
yeah. So I got
I
two
think I
blades
know where she's going with this.
that are based on. Yes, I am obsessed. Shut the fuck up. So yeah,
Obsessed.
We're not judging. We're just making an observation.
Yeah, and obsessed isn't a word I'd really use.
I am not as bad as other people out there.
Sorry,
No,
something
no,
got caught in my
no.
throat. Sorry.
Not as bad
God,
as people out
God,
there.
your timing was perfect.
There are people with way more in their collection than I have, including, those that go to the creation event conventions, which, while I would love to go to, is way too damn expensive.
How expensive are we talking?
Regular tickets that get you nothing. No extras, no autographs, no meet and greets, just tickets into the convention. It does not get you the concert on Friday and does not get you some of the exclusive panels. And that for the weekend is $250. So that is your basic badge.
Yeah, I've been to a
Yeah,
couple of
of the
similar cons.
To get all of the extras, I think the highest tier, which is gold tier, which gets you, the concert, and it gets you the exclusive panels and all of that. That one I think is 2,000.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. Creation conventions are for profit. So to get that exclusive stuff, they put it behind a paywall, and you are paying thousands.
And don't forget, the actors and actresses for these conventions still come in high demand. So of course they're going to have to charge a high amount of money.
Right. Like obviously the main actors of Supernatural,
Mm-hmm.
they are up to I think $350 for a photo and $150 for an autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they're only there usually doing things one day out of the convention. So they set aside one day of the convention to do their photo ops, to do their you can just get online and hope like hell, but the amount of people that pre-purchase
Mm-hmm.
for the photos and for the autographs basically means that you will not be getting something unless you pre-order it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of normal anime conventions are doing that now. And there are people who complain about that. And I get that. But sometimes when you prepay for your autograph, sometimes you can just be in and out, or it's like you're still on the line, but you're not waiting as long, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would rather prepay
Mm-hmm.
knowing then that I would get an autograph than have to worry about being in a line and them going, okay, we're cutting it off now.
Yeah, like I remember when I went to Undiscovered Realm, where they had basically the entire TMNT cast there from the movie, except for Corey Feldman, because Corey Feldman's Corey Feldman. But for Judith Hogue, now one thing some of y'all may not know is a lot of the guests sometimes you pay them directly. You do not pay the convention to do that. And you'll see that you'll have to Venmo or PayPal or this or that. So what we ended up doing was PayPaling Judith Hogue, for an autograph, because they killed the line because they were taking everybody to a TMNT. There was a TMNT panel going on. So after the panel, it was basically everybody who prepaid goes to the front and everybody else shifts to the back. And that, what happened? We prepaid and we got shifted to the front. And another thing you'll notice with some conventions, you will see two lines. A normal line for everybody to line up on. And then there's a second line. That's basically your VIP,
the fast pass of cons.
Yeah, it's fast pass, but it's also VIP, disability, and all that. You just go right to the front, you know? And usually, if somebody goes on that line, the general line is freezes, and everybody that shows up on that line goes through. And one of the cons I've gone to, 90s Con, they do that, and it's like a 3-day pass is like $300, and it sells out within minutes. Anywho, Mako, please continue.
Yeah. So I did get. I ordered some weaponry for myself. And he does sharp or dull. And you know me, I got sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that technically they're usable. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I basically, a lot of people just ended up giving me cash or gift cards. So I got some Lego and some buildable stuff, like the SD Gunpla.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was a very buildable Christmas. And Mom, she got me a man for Christmas.
This can be taken in so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah. She got me a man. I mean,
To clarify,
she got me a supernatural standee, like one of the life-size ones. So she bought me Dean for Christmas, and once I have my bar area set up, he will be going behind my bar.
As opposed to in your room being shamelessly molested.
Well, I was thinking about that, but then I thought, no, the bar area actually is sort of fitting.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, not very often that you can say that your parent bought you a man.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm not upset about it.
Of course not.
No.
All right. Barry, how was your holiday break? What have you been up to?
It was all right. It was pretty chill. It was pretty low key, honestly. For the most part, I'm kind of like a homebody when it comes to holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is just because there's always so much going on, and people, especially like in my area, for some reason, lose their mind whenever the holidays happen, and they don't know how to drive anymore and all this other stuff. So it's just kind of crazy. But I got my pad thai, so that's something I do every year now on the New Year's. Is I get Thai food. Um, and so yeah, it's one of those things where, it's just a nice casual time, and then I'll like watch fireworks on TV for the New Year's ball drop. I feel like this year or this last year was like a lot less eventful. Like obviously they had the events that normally happen, but it wasn't as, I don't know, maybe there wasn't as much hubbub about it this year. Like, yeah, okay, yay, the New Year's happening. It's going on. And then like that's it. Like usually there's like a build up, and then like even afterwards there's still a little partying going on, but generally it was just like, okay, we're here to watch the ball drop. Okay, that's it. Like go to sleep now. But I hung out in
that's the New Year's celebration, like New Year's Rockin' Eve in a nutshell. Like
pretty
even
much,
like 10 minutes after that, the friggin' Times Square was just empty.
I
yeah,
see.
they like, cause they have to clean up and stuff. But I checked out like so I do a little bit of VR stuff and
Mm-hmm.
like VR chat has their own setups and was it Resonate has their own setups and stuff. And so it was kind of cool to like jump into their maps and see what they had for the holiday because there are people that will make up little worlds that have like videos going on in the background and like fireworks events and stuff going off and that's kind of fun. But yeah, generally it was pretty quiet. Did that and hung out and then probably went to sleep and then since then it's just been work, honestly, just getting work done, trying to finish up projects and trying to get those out because unfortunately Canada had a little bit of a postal strike going on. I mean,
Is it still
they had it
going?
and it was good. They ended up having their agreements go
Okay.
through to what they expected. So it's good. But it was just I have like a client in Canada and I had another package coming from Canada. So there were like some things that were happening because that was going on, but it's fine. I was happy to wait. I was more than happy to wait and all that other stuff. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much like the most eventful stuff that happened was that was happening. Other than that, no, just been the same old,
That's good.
chomping on dreams. Yeah.
Yay. And Miss Yellow Red says in our chat room at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, I'd be upset if I didn't get a man.
See the ball drop. People are tipsy. Push comes to shove. New Year's Rumble. No, maybe not that, Theo. Maybe not.
No. There's no pushing and rumbling in Times Square. When you're at the parties and stuff like that, that's a different story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded, like a friend of mine asked me if I would go with her and her boyfriend to watch the ball drop. I think I laughed for like 15 seconds straight and followed up with no.
No.
I did that. Like
I just
I
imagine
tried
Bugs
doing that
Bunny.
like
No.
a lifetime ago, like maybe like at least 15 years thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get within 10 fucking blocks of the place.
Yeah, because there are people who camp out like 24 to 48 hours prior. Forget that.
Yeah,
If
that
I
was.
if I
And
am
it's
going
cold. I mean, it's cold.
Look.
Like that's the big thing for me is it's way too many people
to look,
and it's too cold.
look, if I am going to be in Times Square to watch
Yeah.
the ball drop, I'm going to be in a hotel room somewhere up on the
Yep.
15th floor watching it with a glass
Yep.
of champagne.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's the only way to do it, and that is such a privilege to do it. But that is really the best way to do it
And
because
you know what's
honestly,
really
like a lot of the shops even close down. So
Yep.
if you're going to be camping there overnight or anything like that, you're not going to get access to water. You're not going to get access to bathrooms. You're not going to get access because they're so
mm-hmm.
like that's just the culture of it. They already know
and
that
what's
like people are there for the event, but a
and,
lot of them are not going to support that.
yeah, and what's
Like, and it's so weird.
mm-hmm.
But
and what's really fucked
go
up.
ahead.
What's really fucked up is
Yeah.
right now, if you were to look up this year's New Year's dates and hotels, already sold out.
Mhm.
Already sold out. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it always
Mhm.
is. I mean, even MagFest and events like that are getting the same
I-
treatment. Dragon Con, all that
I ain't
stuff.
even worrying about that, you know. So you know.
My
Yep.
thing is, if you have to wear a diaper
Mm.
for an event
Oh
Ew.
boy.
and don't
Ew.
actually normally need one, the event is not something that you really need to go to.
Now, hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just saying. If I was at a concert and I look at where my seating is and I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, I'd suit up. Just saying.
Yeah, but
I mean, but that's the thing,
would you go to the
right?
concert venue the day before the concert? Wear your diaper.
No,
So
I'm not
you
talking
can-
about that part. I'm just meant like just getting
Oh.
getting there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's another thing completely. There are
Okay.
people that will go into New York
Mm-hmm.
and wear the diaper for 48 hours so they can
Yeah.
sit in their spot. That one
Yeah,
is
so they can save their spot. Yep.
Imagine the chafing.
yeah, it's
Ew.
if that is what you have to do,
It's not really worth it.
it's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not. It's really not.
It's not.
At this day and age, like there's so many of those events that are filmed in a way that they are to be top quality when
Mhm.
they're filmed. That if you have to do that, you might as well just stay home. Like
look.
it. I mean, I get it though.
Yeah, me
People
too.
want the
I'm
experience.
I'm just saying. Doing that is falls under like sort of like a once in a lifetime esque experience.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody, but I understand.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I want to do. I want to take a trip across country for this once in a lifetime experience and have to wear a dirty diaper for 48 hours just to experience it.
Oh.
And New York City made at least $1 billion off of that.
Yep.
And that's the
sounds
worst
about
part, right? They could build restrooms, they could build safer campsites and shit, and they just don't. And that's just life, unfortunately.
Well, here's the thing: you can't even drive through Times Square anymore because they reroute.
Oh no, you
yeah,
can't. You
but I'm
can't,
just
and you
saying there's
shouldn't
that.
be able to, right? Because safety. Because we've had too many incidents.
No, yeah, they just rerouted it. It's all a walkable area, but I'm just saying. Don't be too surprised they put like little Camp Times Square and shit like that. Knowing this mayor,
yeah,
I
anyway,
wouldn't put it past
I
him.
would say, you know, New Year's Eve ball drop wise, I do kind of want to go to the one in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Hey,
Mm.
one of our own is out there.
Yep.
Their ball is a peep.
What?
The company that makes peeps.
Oh, he's from that area? That's wild.
Based out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So Bethlehem, Pennsylvania's ball drop is actually a light up peep.
I think we
That's
should.
cute.
I think we should do that.
I mean,
I like that idea.
that's interesting. I mean, there are cities.
It sounds cute.
Yeah, there are cities all over that do more than just a lit ball. They do something on their city or based on something that is in their city. That I wouldn't mind doing.
See, I was planning to do something like that when I was out in Colorado, but things didn't work out as planned. And so now that it's on me, so my holiday break, I actually went to Universal Studios Florida for 2 days, and I had a blast. And I almost pondered the thought of getting one of those badges that say first time or something like that. I might do that for Universal Studios Japan. I might do that. But the story of me getting there was not an easy one. Never would I thought that I'd be hitting all 3 area airports in a single day.
As in the New York area?
Mm-hmm. It's partially my own fault.
Wait, JFK, LaGuardia, and what's the other one?
Newark.
Oh.
Yeah. So, the story, and I'll summarize it as quick as I possibly can. So, we have a mutual friend, Baltimore Lauren. She was going down to Florida with her boyfriend and his family and hanging out and do stuff. And we were talking and came to an idea. I would come down and hang out with them, have my own place, whatever. I'm like, that would be fine. So that was the plan. And I didn't fully kick this plan into maybe about a month and a half prior. So, tickets were a little outrageous. And the selection of where to fly in and out of weren't the best in the world. Because let's be real, I would have flown out of either JFK or LaGuardia. But it was Newark. So I got up. Couldn't get into the bathroom because there was other people in the bathroom. Took this time to have breakfast. Make sure all my stuff was packed, ready to go. I didn't get out the house till 12:15. My flight was at 2:30. I didn't think about it. I was like, you know what? I should have gotten a lift to Penn Station. Should have done that. But I didn't. I took mass transit all the way out there and missed my flight by 10 minutes.
Oops.
Yeah. Ooh. So I go over to United and I talk to them. They're like, oh, they have a flight going out at 5:30 for $600. But you have to do it online or over the phone. Okay. While I'm on the phone figuring that out, I pull up JetBlue. They have a flight at 5:30 for $350. And I'm just like, that's perfect. And for some people, $350 would be a round trip. No, this is one way. Everything else was already set. Because I was going down via Spirit, and my 2 connecting to where else I was traveling through was Frontier. So there was that. So I book it, and then I realized something. That flight was out of LaGuardia Airport, and I'm in Newark.
Oh God!
And for some reason, after I bought the ticket, I couldn't, check in. So I was like, I'll deal with it when I get there. I get a lift, make my way. I had 5 minutes to spare, and I could not get in. Because the woman told me my ticket's no good because you have to check in 30 minutes prior You know,
Seriously?
yeah.
Oh my
They
Unbelievable.
said
god.
here it is. With JetBlue, you can buy tickets up to 1 hour before flight time, but you have to check in 30 minutes before flight time. And I
Okay.
explained that to her. I'm like, I bought the ticket 2 hours in advance. So I end up finding another flight, 7:30 out of JFK. She
Oh
re
my god.
she rebooks me for that and checks me in. Perfect. Now, from both of those, it was about 5:40. It was like 5:30 by the time I got that taken care of. It would have taken me an hour just to get down to the other side of Queens by mass transit. I said, you know what? Lyft. So I took another Lyft, and I got down there in about under 45 minutes. It was great. It was perfect.
Wow.
And I go in. The line for security was out fucking rageous.
No.
But I have TSA pre-check. So I'm walking by everybody going, peasants, and walking down to TSA pre-check. My TSA pre-check was like less than 10 minutes. Word of advice, kids, if you fly at least twice a year, get TSA pre-check. It's well worth it. So by the time I get through all of that, I find out that my flight got delayed. And they had an 8 o'clock one too. And that one was also delayed. So that one was delayed till 10. Mine was delayed till 11:30. I go to the customer service, see if I can get on the delayed 10 o'clock one, but they was full. I was like, that's cool, that's fine. I'm already on this side of the airport, so that's all I really care about. I didn't leave New York till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
Unruly passenger and the flight and the plane either had to turn back around to Orlando or land somewhere else, some shit like that. So I get there, I get my stuff, I end up going to the wrong hotel. I didn't realize there were two comfort suites. And honestly, the only thing that got me
Oh no.
no, but I got there. I got into my room at 5 o'clock in the morning, set my alarm for 8 so I can get the free breakfast. Totally slept through that. Yep. I got
No doubt. No doubt.
I got up.
When it rains, it pours, huh?
But it's okay. I linked up with another friend of mine who I hung out with at Universal, and that was great. And Tuesday I went back on my own, and that was also fun. I hung out with Baltimore Lauren, her boyfriend, and his family on Christmas, and that was great. And then
Oh, that's nice.
I ended up flying from Orlando out to Denver because I have friends out there that I was staying with and going to see, and that was pretty good. And I realized something: the entire 8 days I was out there, I was off by 2 hours every single day because no, because I'm commenting in the group chat, and I'm just like, wait, why isn't any? Oh right, I'm 2 hours behind everyone. So I did see the ball drop on the East Coast. Now out there in Denver, as it was told to me, it's like they do like a New Year's light show at Union Station, but we didn't find out until a little bit after the fact. So me and my friend, we didn't bother going. We were going to do a bar crawl, but that got canceled. The next day, I hung out with my friend Rose Snap, and real sweet cosplayer, real chill girl. I've known her for about 10 years. Her and her husband took me to this place called Golden Fire Wings. If they had a location here, I'd be eating there instead of B-Dubs. That's how much I really liked it. She told me there was a New Year's event that they went to and they still had tickets available. I was like, well, damn. But it is what it is. So I did that. When I got out there when I was there Saturday, I hung out with Patty, Steph, Coy, the whole gang, and we had ramen. And then they took me to a brewery that used to be a fire station, and that was fun. That Sunday, I went to a cabaret, not to see a show, but it was for a celebration of life for a longtime person in the anime community, Jan Scott Frazier. I met her about maybe 2 years ago, and she would come into our Discord chat, and it was a good time. So I figured since I was out there, I would go to this, pay my respects, and all that stuff, which was nice. There might be something for NDK happening. I don't know, but I'm still going to be out there anyway for that. So that was basically my 2 weeks. So overall, I had fun. And a couple of people were telling me, "Man, I wish I could travel like you and do this and do that." I'm just like, you can still do it. You just don't have to do what I did. And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "You got a friend out of state? Yeah. They got a room? Yeah. Go hang out with them for a weekend. There's a mini vacation right there."
I was gonna say, yeah, I think I was talking to somebody about this with like conventions back when conventions were sparse and fewer
Mm-hmm.
and far between, right? Like there was maybe one convention every 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
and they were like a destination,
Yeah.
right? You didn't just go to the convention
Well,
for something; you were there to go see your internet friends as well.
yep.
And I
You
think
you would
I
stay
was
an
talking
extra
about,
day and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I think that that is something, and not only that, but also like those moments that you would have at
Mm-hmm.
conventions that you would never connect with that cosplayer, that creator, that whoever again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just those little hidden moments of surprise where you would just find a stranger at an event that you just like really vibe with, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just never contact each other again. Because there's like no responsibility or burden of the effort of
Mm.
keeping a friendship or anything. You just have those little moments that pop up, and maybe you'll see them again, maybe you won't. But it's just kind of like
Yeah.
fun that way. But it's reminding me of that conversation I just
See,
had recently, which is very
I,
interesting.
and I'll say this one part, and I'll go over to housekeeping. See, that reminds me, like when I first started out going to conventions, I would write down everyone's email address, and I would just shoot out these
Hmm.
emails. And I think maybe a couple of those people I used to email, I still talk to, which is
Yeah.
why I like social media a little bit more because it's a lot easier to connect.
Yes.
Email, you have
It
to
is.
send out the emails, this and that. Whereas if everybody's on like Space Hay or something like that, you just watch
Hmm.
updates and comment and post, a little bit more interactivity. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into some housekeeping notes. Want to let you know that episodes of Anime Jam Session are available on our YouTube page as podcast VODs. They go up Thursdays at 12 noon. If they're not by 12 noon, that means I forgot and I apologize. I believe Wisteria is doing Fans View Friday this week. I don't know which con she's covering, but show her some love at Twitch TV/Wisteria Witch VT. And I think that is it. Our 2025 convention season basically will be kicking off in a couple of months at Zenkai Con. As the time gets a little bit closer, we will make the announcement and so forth. They're actually having a ribbon contest, and I think I actually have an idea for a couple of ribbons.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna get around to do that when I get paid on Friday. So that's taken care of. Let me see what this is. Oh, okay, that's that email. I can ignore it. Let's see what else do we have here. I think that is it for housekeeping. We're gonna get into Geek Roundtable, where we talk more about the geek gear aspects of stuff we've been up to, and I think that kind of blended in just a little bit because we've been gone for so long. We just kind of let it all hang out, So,
Mm-hmm.
so I believe Ari, what you got for Geek Roundtable? Something real quick.
I got a couple of things. A couple of Lego sets that
Mhm.
I'd received in the interim. This one definitely puts a smile on my face.
Nice.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Nice.
This one, This one I had ordered like months ago on pre-order, but it finally came to me the other day. It's
Let's
a
go.
it's the Love statue in Philadelphia.
I think there's one in
Oh,
I think there's one
cute.
similar like that in New York as well.
And finally, when I got this in the mail, I marked the fuck out for it.
Mhm.
It's this.
Oh, Pokedex.
Yup.
Cool.
Yeah, Rama got me it for Christmas. I'm like,
Trust me, I know how much you like Gen 1, and so I saw it, I'm like, Ari's gonna love that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like when you walk into Ari's Lego museum, it'll be in a glass case. It'll be like the piece of resistance with a Lego Satoshi and a Lego Pikachu right next to it.
I actually have those sets. I haven't. They're still on in the backlog. I haven't built them yet.
You know, you should do a Twitch stream where you just putting Legos together and just have like nice, calm Pokemon chill music playing in the background. You know.
That could be a thing.
Yeah,
maybe
that would be fun.
I still have to get a decent table for in here. It's mostly just cardboard boxes and the shit that I haven't put up yet.
I know that feeling. And Miss Yellow Red says that they had something similar like that as a kid. Now that is cool.
Nice.
All right, Mako. For those of you who are listening to our show, tell them what you are showing off.
Yeah. So, I bought this Lego set. It's the bonsai.
Hey, I had that one.
Yeah,
at one
you're
point.
do it in green or pink. It comes with both pieces.
Mhm.
And then I decided that I wanted it to be lit. So I
Oh.
play electrician. Very, very interesting to put these light kits into the Legos. So yeah, so I got the pink light kit for the pink bonsai, and now I have a lightable Lego set.
Nice.
I had that model once, but I tripped in the middle of the night and face planted into it and destroyed it.
Whoops.
Oh man.
It hurt a lot.
So now
So
you
did
just have to
falling
make
into all
another
those
one.
Legos.
So now you have to go out and salvage it and make another one.
Maybe. We'll see
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. All right, Barry, what have you been up to? What cool geek stuff you can share with us?
I mean, well, obviously last year at the near the middle end of the year, I started to get into leather work. I've still been pursuing that, and I recently got a client that is having me make them a white mage from Final Fantasy 14 cosplay.
Oh, nice.
For myself, I am just getting back into working on a lot of dresses that I've had on the back burner because I haven't had really the energy to do a lot wintertime. The cold, I love the cold, but it does drain my energy a lot more quickly. Um, and then, of course, over the holiday, for anybody who missed it, I got a secondary PC so I could run some more programming and software. I'm still growing into it a little bit. I'm still kind of getting to know the nuances of running a 2 PC system. So it is a learning process, but it is exciting endeavor. So yeah, that's pretty much the geeky stuff I've gotten into. Doing more 3D modeling, starting to get into more Blender stuff, that kind of thing.
Cool. That's really cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got a couple of things from Universal Studios for myself, but I'll save that for next week because they're in two separate places in the studio here. So I'll grab it then. Anime wise, I did watch the third season of Love Live Superstar, and I enjoyed it. It gave it full closure. It was really, and I like the fact that you can watch the characters start from freshman year of high school to senior year. That was great. I caught up with other TV shows like 911 and Matlock and The Equalizer, all good shows. Let's see. Got in some gaming. I started playing Yars Rising. I won't say it's a Metroid clone, but it's a fun Metroid clone, and I really enjoy playing that. I think I'm like 7 hours into the game. I think I'm like maybe 20% complete. So that's pretty fun. Let's see what else is there. One thing that I do is I do a lot of my shopping on Best Buy. So what I end up doing is, sometimes I bankroll the coupons and stuff. And what I usually do is spend them right away. But now that Best Buy really doesn't carry movies and stuff, so I'm like, well, what am I gonna do with these coupons? Until a sale popped up. I picked up the next game in the Yakuza, or in this case, Like a Dragon series, Infinite Wealth.
Nice.
So I will be playing that soon. Now that I've actually gotten off my arse and hooked up my PlayStation 5, because I am long overdue to sit down and knock a few hours into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as well as some other games as well. So there's that. And that's basically our geek roundtables and everything. Yes, we've gone longer than normal, but you know, it's been a while since we've been here. So we're playing a little bit of catch up here. So
And it's the start of the new year too, so we've got a lot more stuff that has happened over the time we've been away.
Well, that too. And normally we would do like a recap of stuff that you missed in 2025, but every podcast is doing that. So we're not going to do that. But we are going to kick things off with news that most people were not shocked to hear about regarding AnimeNEXT, New Jersey's biggest anime convention ever held. I mean, outside of Wildwood, the con has been at basically every single convention center in Jersey. Until they got Das Boot from Atlantic City Convention Center. So there's that. So basically the drama is, or in case the news you haven't heard, is they made the big announcement that the con is on indefinite hiatus until further notice.
Whoa.
So basically that's a fancy way of saying the con is canceled for good. Now, if the con was canceled, AnimeNEXT, Universal Animation, all of that would be dissolved. It's all set. It's done. It's over completely. But it's on hiatus, so we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but there's been a lot of stuff. Like, we have discussed on this podcast about the accusations of a former con chair using the staff as his personal harem. I have heard stories of the following con chair being a perv and a lech. We have also heard stories of a prior con chair who quit because the board was basically stopping him from righting the ship and cleaning it up and getting things together. There have been stories of people being harassed by other staffers, department heads, and BODers, causing staffers to quit. We've had that. There has been that big talk of AnimeNEXT's HR department emailing half the staff and basically firing them. Now, I have never heard of an anime convention with an HR department. Maybe larger ones will have them, but in general, I've just never heard about that. But if you have to have an HR department do something like that, you know you're not doing it right. You're really not. Now, again, as I've said, every time I talked about AnimeNEXT, I have a personal bias with the convention. For those of you who don't know, I was banned from the con in 2015 because I accosted a cosplayer for a photo, which was not true. I had two friends go talk to the department, like the head of security, to explain that, and I recently found out from another friend that they rounded up people to go speak to the department, to the head of security, but from what the head of security said to me that Saturday, he didn't care. He wasn't going to investigate, no nothing, you just shit out of luck. And what's funny is, as it was told to me, 4 people were there when I accosted this cosplayer, which was not true, and they all gave the same story. And I mean, look, if 4 people are telling me something that happened and they all have the same cookie cutter story, then I know something is going to be sus right out the box.
Yeah, it sounds like they had all rehearsed it in the
exactly.
In the meantime.
Exactly. So that's the main reason why I pulled all of the convention photos from our fan page. The convention reports are still up, the podcasts are still up, but when it comes to the actual photos and videos, gone. And they are not coming back up anytime soon. I would say they will come back up if I got an apology, but
You don't see that
No,
happening?
and the fact that the con is basically non-existent, why bother? Yeah, there is a lot of shady shit going on with that convention, and it finally caught up with itself. And to that, this is all I have to say. A victory is mine.
Speaking of sound effects, can you hear this?
Hold on. Go for it. No, I don't. I don't hear it. Okay, so you have to make.
Sorry, I was just testing things out with this, trying to get a soundboard going up.
Did you install the voice mod expansion for that?
It says it's not compatible with this operating system.
I mean, I can install. When I got mine, I got a free license for voice mod.
I don't know what it's doing, but I tried widget store voice mod, and now this yeah, but when I tried it, it just said not compatible with this operating system. Like, what the hell?
Don't worry. I will help you with that over the weekend. We'll figure something out. So and I think
this Friday afternoon I'll be available.
Oddly enough, I gotta work at 1:00 because of the holiday on Monday. So,
Take your time.
That means I actually can go to the post office and mail out everybody's Christmas and Hanukkah cards I did not mail out before the break.
Whoops.
Yeah. So I have stories about this con. Mako's a former staffer of this convention, and she has some horrible stories. And Ari is just the man with the pen that wrote down and told you what actually happened. So in the long run, I hope those who actually cared about the convention come together and build something new. Which is, and in finding out all of this is how I discovered that Murioku Con is a fuck you con to Anime USA. Then again, AAC is like a proverbial FU con to Anime Boston, but I have more fun at AAC than I have at Anime Boston, so it's it.
Well, for one thing, it's Boston.
Yeah. All right. Enough about that. Let you know, AnimeNEXT is basically on indefinite hiatus. That means the con's done. It's over. It's not coming back. So enjoy the stories with your friends. There are other conventions in Jersey you can spend your time at and go. Like Contropolis, Collecticon. There's Anime New Jersey. Did you just do a sound effect just now?
No, I just copied and pasted something into the our Skype chat.
All right, that's what that sound effect was. Okay. There are other conventions. Hell, if you go down to Wildwood, there's a Comic Con down there. So if you want to make that schlep all the way out, so that's it for that. And now we're gonna go on to other news. Let's see, what else do we have here? Mako, can you tell everybody what's going on with Mike McFarland?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, so fellow voice actors J. Michael Tatum and Brandon McGinnis launched a GoFundMe crowdfunding campaign. I don't know how that happened, but okay.
Did the cat do something?
My phone fell off of the bed next to me, and I have no idea how. Yes, so they hired, they put together a GoFundMe so fellow voice actor Mike McFarland can hire a live-in medical assistant following a successful surgery to remove a brain tumor.
Oh Jesus!
But it's successful, so he's gonna make a good and speedy recovery.
Yeah, I mean, it says that it's successful. He's just needing assistance at home.
Mm-hmm.
As of the time that the article was written and published, they had raised over 51,000 towards the 65,000 goal. As of Monday at 1 a.m., the campaign surpassed its initial goal of 65,000 and now stands at 70 plus, going towards a new goal of 90,000.
And I just pulled up the official GoFundMe page. They have hit $120,144.
Wow.
Good for him.
Yes.
Yeah, so he had gone to the doctor thinking it was an inner ear infection, later discovering that it was actually a brain tumor.
Ooh.
So for those of you that don't recognize the name, he has worked as a line producer, ADR director, and ADR script adapter for many ADV and later Funimation series, including Case Closed, Dragon Ball Z, Eden of the East, Full Metal Alchemist, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Piece, and Eva. His voice acting credits include Master Roshi in Dragon Ball and its sequels, Makoto Hyuga in the Eva series, Sky Master in Heaven's Lost Property, Goemon in Lupin the Third, The Woman Called Fujiko Mine and Lupin the Third films, and Buggy in One Piece. Yeah, so not just some random voice actor. He is the voice of some of your favorites in
Yup.
these series. He's worked on these series in the background, and luckily he is on his way for, actually being healthy after the emergency surgery. And it looks like he's definitely going to have a live-in medical assistant until he is better. So that is awesome.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that he's on the mend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what's next on the docket here. Barry, tell everybody about the new Crunchyroll manga app. Hopefully, it's free.
Yeah, for sure. So Crunchyroll, as you know, has kind of taken over the anime market for most of streaming. Crunchyroll obviously now is trying to get into the manga game, and they have a new manga app that's launching this year. And the announcement was made at CES 2025. Crunchyroll announced that today during Sony's Group Corporation CES 2025 press conference that a new digital manga application will join the service as a premium add-on. That's not a surprise. Slated to launch later in 2025, the app will launch as a standalone called Crunchyroll Manga. Wow, that's imaginative. On iOS and Android with web browser support planned for the future. Crunchyroll Manga will first launch in English in the United States and Canada, with other language options planned. You can stay tuned for a list of titles and publishers in the future. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They want to have their grubby little hands in every little thing. So yeah.
If it ain't Crunchyroll, it's Amazon.
Yeah. If the app is as buggy as the anime app, I don't want it. And it's gonna be as buggy as the anime app. So I don't want it.
Yeah, some people complain about the app is buggy on Xbox, Android, PlayStation. I'm just like, works for me.
It's like video it's like video games that stay in beta until end of service.
The only issue I have with Crunchyroll is the same issue I have with High Dive and others. When you watch an anime dubbed, that still shouldn't stop you from translating background signs and messages that you normally do when you're subtitling it. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's lazy. That's lazy translation work, honestly.
Yes, it is. Great googly moogly. All right, let's see what else is next on the docket here. Ari, tell us about the new Gundam. No, wait. I accidentally skipped myself. Whoops, my bad. All right, let's go ahead and refresh this page. We're going to talk about Japan setting its setting itself forward for an inaugural music awards event. That's kind of cool. Miss Yellow Red says, "Remember when Crunchyroll was using Flash video players in 2017? Crazy." Yeah, and now Flash is basically dead in the water.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Newgrounds.
No, Newgrounds is still around.
Yeah, but you need a special player, a special Flash player to do anything on the site, though. That's what I meant. So, anywho, it seems that the Japan Culture Entertainment Industry Promotion Association, CEIPA, announced last Thursday that it will host the inaugural Music Awards Japan on May 21st and May 27th at the ROM Theater in Kyoto. The major award categories will be Song of the Year, Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, New Artist of the Year, Top Global Hit from Japan, and Best Song Asia. The event is intended to honor the best musicians in Japan as well as international artists from all over Asia. And it will have over 60 total award categories, including honors for Vocaloid culture, anime game soundtracks, and idol culture. An automatic system will select entries based on objective metric tied to data from Billboard Japan, Oricon, GFK NIQ Japan, Luminet, and other sources, from which domestic voting members will select 5 nominees from each category. More than 5,000 music industry professionals from Japan and abroad will vote for the winners. The CEIPA is a collaboration amongst the 5 music industry bodies from Japan. The ceremony will be broadcast on television in Japan and streamed globally on YouTube. As long as it has real-time subtitling, count me in. But it'd be kind of cool to watch it and see that your favorite anime gets an award for best soundtrack or something like that. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ari, tell us about the Bandai tabletop game.
Yeah, the Gundam.info website confirmed on Wednesday that Bandai will release a Gundam-themed miniature game titled Gundam Assemble. It's a complete game by itself, but also tie into the upcoming Gundam card game. According to Gundam.info and the global Bandai hobby site, Gundam Assemble will feature 5-centimeter figures on a hexagonal base. The different figures will have, quote, abilities that reflect their unique characteristics, allowing players to enjoy scenarios that follow the original story, or diverge into situations that transcend the world of Mobile Suit Gundam series. Gundam Info teases that the RX-78-2 Gundam, Wing Gundam, Zero EW, Gundam Aerial, and other Gundam mobile suits will appear in the game. The images on Gundam.info include the RX-78-2 Gundam, Wing Gundam, Zero EW, Gundam Aerial, Zaku 2 Char Custom, Kapul, and the Archangel-class ship Dominion. And, I gotta admit, they do look pretty nice. Along with the Gundam...
Go on.
Along with the Gundam Assemble news, they revealed the English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese versions of the upcoming Gundam card game would simultaneously ship on July 12th. The first booster set, New Type Rising, is slated for July 26th. The site also notes a Gundam card game will partner with Gundam Assemble for a collaborating starter set. There will be 4 collaboration starter sets featuring 3 Gundam Assemble figures. They can also be used in conjunction with the associated Gundam card games token cards. So they're starter decks, in other words. That's what we called for it. That's what Magic players call them anyway. There's no release date for Gundam Assemble yet. The Gundam card game starter sets will launch on July 12th for 1,320 yen, which is about 840 US. 840 US. Which, yeah, that's a little bit steep for a booster.
No, that's the starter set.
Oh, right.
Is $8.40.
Okay. Yeah. I just imagined this normal booster pack being $8, and I'm like, what?
I remember paying $15 for a Magic the Gathering Legends booster pack.
Recently, or like way back when?
Way back when.
Laughs and power creep. Uh, it'll include 60 cards and one bonus pack. The Gundam card game and Gundam Assemble collaboration starter set will also release on July 12th for 3,300 yen, about $21, and will include three Gundam Assemble figures, 60 cards, and a bonus pack. Which, wow, that's a pretty decent deal.
Mm.
Their new Type Rising expansion will ship on July 26th for like $1.50 per pack and includes 7 cards. Which, yeah, 7 cards is a little bit low for a booster pack, when even Yu-Gi-Oh cards have 9 at minimum.
Okay. It may, based on how popularity, might change it. They may change it.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that either it takes off or it just bombs like every other
Now,
tie-in card game from years gone by.
now here's the thing. Now, maybe when it comes to the state side, the price of the booster packs are less expensive than booster packs for other series because it goes less cards.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah. So,
But I don't.
yeah.
But it's hard to predict what the resale market is going to do, or how they're going to react to these people.
Yeah, I
Fair.
mean, just look at the expense of Pokemon card packs.
I'd rather not. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, you go back one season of cards and you're looking at almost double the price of what they originally were. And that's only 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me. When I was in Japan, I was in Akihabara and Kyoto, there were stores where you could walk in. There were nothing but vending machines with just cards. One was Pokemon, one was Yu-Gi-Oh, one was One Piece. You could just buy the cards. And I would thought, so that would be kind of cool if we had something like that here, but we can't have nice things.
Well, I mean, I technically got a bunch of Sailor Moon cards out of a vending machine.
Yeah, but we were going into a supermarket. I'm talking about like just a standalone store where you walk in and there's nothing but vending machines like that.
Like,
yeah, I mean, that would definitely be nice.
Gachapon things for cards?
Yeah.
I don't know what the American name is, even though I've been seeing those little...
They're calling them they call them gachapons here too.
I would say
or gacha machines.
Growing up, I never heard that
day,
term.
I think in the 90s they were called capsule toys.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember hearing that name for them. I didn't even know these things had a name. It was just put a coin in, twist a dial, out pop something.
Yeah,
I think that there was a name for them though. But
you
I think
were right.
I know what you mean, Ari.
Yeah, they're called capsule toys. They call them gachapons. They call them gacha machines as well. There's a bunch of them in a mall not too far from my house.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about the old name, Ranma, before like gotcha and like the chance getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My bad. All right. Is that it for our Gundam tabletop?
Yeah.
All right.
If there isn't a card referencing mission accepted, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, hold that thought. Hold that thought, because it might just be there. Because we're going to end the discussion about the news with another card game that's right up Mako's alley.
Yeah, so Bushiroad is bringing us a Godzilla card game, which is going to be simultaneously released in Japanese and in English in July. So they did an event for the New Year Grand Presentation 2025 this past Monday, announcing that Bushiroad's previously revealed Godzilla card game will get a simultaneous release in Japanese and English. The game will be an attack repel style game. There will be 4 types of cards: Kaiju, Battle, Strategy, and Rage. The game will launch with 2 starter decks and a booster pack in July, and will release a second booster pack in fall. and there will be a game demo session at Anime Expo in July.
Hmm. Sounds interesting.
I am definitely looking forward to it. From what I have seen to be like it's gonna have old school art on the cards,
Mm-hmm.
which is all sorts of cool. Um, just just having just having a card of the original Godzilla in
Mm.
his 7 foot. Holy crap! Somebody's in that costume.
And I can see Mako-chan walking up to it to Godzilla going, "So fluffy," and trying to hug it.
I probably would.
See? Mm. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we're going to go on into the part of the show that y'all really like to stick around and enjoy for. Meanwhile, in Japan. I think we got some good stories here, so I'm going to take the third story.
I would like to take the bear one, the first one.
Mm.
All right, I'll take the second one then, because I think Mako's going to want the last one.
I would assume that Barry would have wanted the
Yeah.
last one.
I thought that I know that one has some of Mako's favorites in it, so I figured that Mako would like that one.
Definitely take that one.
See, okay. Because I just assumed because Barry is a Megane gal, so why not?
I did like the name of it, but I thought that this bear one sounded so much more cute.
Okay. All right. Since we're talking about bears, Barry, kick things off.
All right. Well, if you thought you wanted to get cozy this holiday and winter season, just look out for the ones that are friend shaped, living in the wilds of Japan. A bear breaks into a house in Japan and quickly begins spending the winter exactly like Japanese people do. Even bears can't resist the lazy luxury of kotatsu, apparently.
Mm.
After a remarkably warm autumn, winter has come in full force to much of the northern and eastern Japan. This past Monday, the town of Kitakata, Fukushima Prefecture, was blanketed in snow, making it exactly the kind of weather in which a lot of people would be perfectly happy to spend the day inside their warm and cozy living rooms. The idea was also pretty appealing to a bear who decided to let himself into a local resident's home and park himself at the kotatsu, a low type of table with a heater attached to its underside, and hang out there until the house's human owner discovered he had a visitor.
Mm.
The owner of the house, go ahead.
That was it.
A man in his 60s had gone out earlier in the day around 11:30 a.m. It's not clear how the bear gained access to the house, but when the man returned home at approximately 6:20 in the evening and slid open the door to his living room, he was presented with the sight of a bear's bottom protruding from his kotatsu as the animal warmed its head underneath the table, and in no visible hurry to come out of the appealing pocket of warmth. Though the opposite of the feet-first entry style favored by human users, this attitude of, once I'm in the kotatsu, I'm not coming out for a long time, is very relatable. Since even if the heater isn't turned on, kotatsu are usually outfitted with a quilted blanket that traps warmth underneath the table. Relatable or not, though, the uninvited guest is always a cause for concern, and even more so when said guest is also an apex predator. So the man quickly moved to a neighbor's house where they contacted the local hunting association, telling them there's a bear in the living room. The hunting association in turn contacted the police to discuss how to proceed. While this was going on, the owner of the house went back to check the situation around 8 p.m., and sure enough, the bear was still there and had now begun eating some of the food that had been left on the table. Keeping a bowl of snacks such as rice crackers or mandarin oranges on the kotatsu is also a standard practice of humans in Japan, so that you won't have to leave the warmth to go and grab some munchies when you're hungry.
That is
While bears,
wild.
it's wild. It's wild. While bears and other potentially harmful animals are often cold when they come this far into human spaces in Japan, in this case, a non lethal response was carried out, and the man's neighbors were cautioned about the bear's presence and urged to evacuate on the following day. With the animal having spent the night in the house, the Hunting Association began setting off firecrackers to scare the bear out of the building. When it fled and hid in another resident's storage shed, Hunter shot the animal with a tranquilizer dart at roughly 3:30 in the afternoon, and then after confirming that it was incapacitated, the bear was transported to a deeper area of the mountains, farther away from human homes. The getting tranquilized and forcibly relocated parts notwithstanding, the bear's plans for how to spend a cold winter's day matches up pretty closely with a lot of people's aspirations, prompting online comments such as, "This really shows how amazing kotatsu are.
Mm.
Even bears have no chance of escaping the temptation of kotatsu. Was it going to just hibernate there until spring?" Bear: "Oh, hey, human. Come on in and relax." Kotatsu don't just make people lazy, they do the same for bears. Real world Rilakuma: "I'm glad the bear didn't smash up the guy's house. With all apologies to the house's owner, when I heard about this, I couldn't help busting up laughing. It's cute to imagine, but if this was actually happening to you, it'd be terrifying." It remains unclear exactly what caused the bear to enter the home and camp out in the kotatsu at approximately 90 centimeters in length, roughly about 35.25 inches. It's most likely a relatively young bear, and one of the hunters who was interviewed in the above said it looked to him undernourished, so he wonders if the animal was having trouble with its hibernation preparations. However, Kiyoshi Yamauchi, an associate professor and researcher of animal ecology at Iwate University, says that there's been an abundance of food for bears to consume this year in their habitats in and around Kitakata, and that actually can delay the start of hibernation since bears' instincts connect food becoming scarce with the onset of winter and take that as a signal to say, "Oh, okay, it's probably time to start hibernating." Yamauchi said that the bears ordinarily wouldn't be so close to human communities this late in winter, but that the kotatsu bear may have become accustomed to close proximity with people, possibly having found unsecured food sources
Mm.
that made it an attractive place as it prepared to hibernate. As silly and cute as parts of the story are, though, it's important to remember that bears, while friend-shaped, are actually not something you should let inside and can be extremely dangerous, especially when preparing to enter or coming out of hibernation when they're generally going to eat everything they can. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when a human is hangry, that's one thing, but when it is a wild animal, that is quite obviously another. And again, while this bear was simply tranquilized and moved, it's very common for bears to be culled in Japan. So if there's a fear that they could return to human spaces and cause injuries to residents, for their sake and yours, please do not issue any open invitation to bears to come hang out to your house for the winter. No teddy bear picnics, chat. None of that.
And Cedar Berry says, anyone else picturing Milne from Yorikuma Arashi?
Yeah, I'm picturing just Yorikoma Arashi as a total. Ooh, sorry.
Well, you did cosplay from that.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I should become a furry, become Barry the bear.
Oh God.
Why not?
I mean, furries are chill, but I'm not. I don't think I am one. I think they're cute. I have a few friends who are teddy bears on here, so like we love them. But I think I'm good.
There you go. All right. Minimize that. Let's see. Who has next?
Which one did you say you were taking?
I'm taking the third one.
Okay, so this one's mine.
All right, go for it, my friend.
Japanese man grabbed by wild monkey, chased for hundreds of meters while jogging.
Abu.
We're into the second week of January, so it's right about time for a lot of people to be losing motivation for the fitness regimens they pledged to follow for their New Year's resolutions. Stop calling me out like this.
Mm.
However, should one man decide he's going to take a break from jogging for a while, it wouldn't be fair to accuse him of gotten lazy, since even the most ambitious exerciser probably doesn't want to have to figure out how to fold sudden monkey ambushes into their workout program. God damn. That's a sentence.
Mm.
There's something you don't say every day.
Well, you know.
At around 3:30 in the afternoon on January 9, a man in his 30s was jogging in the Kamihachi Mancho neighborhood of Tokushima City in Tokushima Prefecture. As he was running, he was surprised by a wild monkey roughly 50 centimeters tall, grabbing him by the legs. The startled man was able to shake the monkey off. While monkey sightings aren't exceptionally rare in Japan, it's unusual for them to approach or attack people like this. Often confrontations between humans and wild animals are triggered by the animals feeling like their territory is being encroached upon, so leaving the area is usually enough to settle the matter. And so the man kept on running, only to find that the monkey was now chasing him. It didn't just follow for a few strides as a quick show of dominance either. According to the man's estimate, it chased him for roughly half a kilometer, like 500 meters. Eventually, the monkey, either feeling like it had defended its territory or gotten in a sufficient workout, broke off its pursuit and withdrew into the forest. And luckily, the man sustained no injuries from the encounter. However, as the incident comes just 4 days after a man was bitten on the legs by a wild monkey in neighboring Tokushima, it seems that at least one, probably two primates are showing increased aggression towards human residents.
I'll make sure to keep an eye out and avoid them wherever possible. Stupid.
If the monkey wasn't being aggressive, you'd be like, "Yeah, this is my workout coach."
Yeah,
he pushed me to go further. Go on, come on.
And while being chased, you hear the Benny Hill theme playing in the background. Okay. Next up, we're going to talk about how a man was fired for going to the gym. Excuse me, what?
Do go on.
Having a gym near your workplace is handy. If you're an early riser, you can probably sneak in a workout before clocking in at the office. And as long as you don't get hung up with overtime, hitting the gym on your way home from work is an option too. However, the convenience of a nearby gym proved to be a great temptation for Kazushi Kono, a 55-year-old civil servant in the city of Matsuyama, Ehime Prefecture. Well, technically he's now a former civil servant, as he was fired late last month for skipping out on work in the middle of his shift to go to the gym. Well, damn. Outright asking someone just for that might seem to be overkill, but this wasn't a one-time transgression. Following an anonymous tip in August that Kono was routinely ditching work, the city launched an investigation and found that between April of 2021 and November of last year, he had snuck off to the gym for a total of 633 times. Assuming 20 work days in a month, that would be 633 unauthorized trips in 820 days, meaning that on any given day he was working, there was a nearly 80% chance he'd be headed to the gym during working hours. The investigation was also able to determine the total time Kono has spent at the gym while ditching work was right down to the minute. 658 hours, 36 minutes, making his sessions an average of approximately 1 hour each. This might have you thinking that Kono is some sort of extreme fitness maniac who simply can't make it through a work day without pumping iron. Actually, though, Kono, who was a member of the city's parks department, went to the gym to stretch and soak in its hot spring water bath, saying it helped alleviate numbness in his arms, which he suffers from. Nevertheless, the city didn't take too kindly to Kono building a paid near-daily rest and recuperation break into his work schedule without permission. He admits the error of his conduct, saying, "I overdid it and I regret that." He's still been sacked, though, and 4 of his supervisors have also been officially reprimanded for not noticing his absences. The city is also insisting that Kono pay back nearly 1.8 million yen, which is about $11,300.
Jesus Christ.
That's the calculated amount of money he was paid for working during those 658 hours and 36 minutes he was actually at the gym. So while his gym sessions may have made his arms feel better, it looks like they're going to hurt him in his wallet. Talk about getting what you're paid for.
I mean, firing I can understand, but demanding money back from someone after you fired them, that's still pretty low.
Not really. There are places that do that now. It's considered stealing time.
Oh no. Ugh, it's too late to be bitching about this.
No, no, I'm
Yeah,
just.
but considering how many businesses do that and have to have the government chase after them about it, honestly, I don't know. It seems counterintuitive. Like I get that you have to somehow reprimand him for his actions, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so you're taking away his job and you expect him to pay that money back. All right.
I mean, look, at my job, my manager told us to make sure that we're putting in the proper time on our
Yeah.
timesheets, because I know there are people who work a certain shift and they come in late and say they were there the entire
Hmm.
time and so forth. And what they will do
Yep.
is they will run a time, they will run numbers to see what time you clocked in and this and that, So
Yeah.
I mean, you are. Stealing time. So.
Mhm.
And now for our final Meanwhile in Japan story for tonight, for the first of 2025. Take it away, Mako-chan.
Uh, yeah. So, there is a collaboration going on, or I should say, will be going on. It is a collaboration of glasses wearing boys that will surprise the world. It is, so far, they haven't really announced a lot, but it is a picture of two pairs of glasses. One being, the picture was posted on the Shonen Sunday Twitter, I believe. Um, that ends for that, it is one of the glasses is Conan's from Case Closed, Detective Conan. The tweet also had a lightning bolt on it, which made people think of Harry Potter,
Mm.
which was confirmed by a tweet from the official Japanese language Harry Potter account that was made the same day with the same image. So both of the characters have been popular in Japan for close to 30 years, and there are overwhelmingly positive tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, seriously, two of my favorite series are doing a collaboration. This is awesome. Can't wait for this. I'd buy them. Uh, Conan says there's always only one truth, but there might be more than one if magic is involved. I think those glasses would look good on someone, even if they weren't a boy. Some commenters also pointed out that back in 2002, there was an illustration of Conan dressed up as Harry Potter. However, while the release definitely shows Conan and Harry's glasses, it's not yet clear how the two franchises will be crossing over. The glasses alone don't seem they'd quite qualify as a collaboration,
Mm.
so perhaps there's more artwork, items, or other aspects to the eyewear that's yet to be revealed. Shonen Sunday and the Japanese Harry Potter account are promising additional details on January 15th.
See, that reminds me, like, for a while, I was looking for a particular set of frames worn by the character Teta Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers. It was a type where the top part was the frame, there was no frame down here, it was just all put together. I've seen similar styles, but nothing close exactly to it. I was kind of hoping I could find them and get new glasses put into that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'm currently trying to see because it is technically the 15th over there, so I didn't
True.
know if it would be released or not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not seeing anything, but holy shit, there is a Detective Conan Tamagotchi.
Are you not surprised?
I am not surprised, but at the same time, one of them is based on Kaito Kid, and now I kind of really want it. Yeah, but I'm not seeing anything else being put on here. Like nothing else is showing up. So I guess it hasn't been posted yet. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. All that does just reminds me of the fact that I am long overdue for getting new glasses my own damn self. So.
I feel that.
And Bond006 says, I have met Daniel Radcliffe a few times in New York City. Played catch with him in Central Park, much to the anger of a sibling or two. This was, however, back in 2005. But still, you know, that's kind of cool. All right, now that we got that out the way, I think it's time to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I skip this ahead a little bit too far? Yes, I did. There we go. There we go. Is where it says see you all next week and all that good stuff. So, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, please drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our podcast on podcasting apps and sites such as Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and anywhere else where podcasts are available. Search Anime Jam Session and all the episodes will be available for you to check out. So please check out some of our older episodes. And what's cool is these apps may have the functionality for you to leave reviews, so we like to hear from you as well. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll find not just our weekly podcast, you will find convention reports, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay reviews, editorials, anime reviews, links to our YouTube and Facebook pages for cosplay and convention coverage, all that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. And please follow us on our social media pages. Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky. So show us some love on those where you can. So, I gotta update the bot with that. A lot of stuff I have to update. So, to everybody who follows us on those social media pages, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. Down below is our tip jar. You'll see links to our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Ko-Fi. Click on those if you want to throw us a few dollars towards the show. We really appreciate that. You can also cheer us on with bits in the chat, or you can sub to the channel and give out gift subs and all that cool stuff. Every little bit counts. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words. Ari.
It feels so good to be back. Both from the break and on the stream after not being on here.
Last words, Mako.
I am very, very sleepy.
Last words, Barry.
I am happy to see Ari back and doing well, and I'm happy that everybody had a safe and happy holiday. Continue to stay safe, stay well, hydrate, you absolute degenerates in chat, and we'll see you next time.
Degenerates. Takes one to know one, Barry.
Hey, you know, I casual degenerate over here.
Last words. After I edit this podcast, I'm thinking to start up another anime. The winter anime season, I think it has me kind of hooked. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. The crew will be back. Barry will be hibernating for a month before they come back and join us. So hopefully you'll be back with us. That'd be great. So I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm Barry Melwin.
Great fight. Great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yamatane.
Say goodnight, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
That's it. We're
Good
out.
night.
That's it. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!